Antea. Antea?
Don't tell me she went to
We're
New
gone with you.
Eden.
Not funny. I have to walk to the stupid bloody island.
This is what happened when she went missing the first time. This island looks a little different. Oh, never mind.
There you are. Ready to go?
I just got here. Can we talk? Why did you leave me alone?
You were not alone. Can we go now?
Well, it does not look like I have a choice.
How come it's not working?
Let's ask Seeker. This all has to end, and I'd rather it was sooner than later.
I am doing my best, my love.
There's a spectral web here, but it's new. It's stronger, but I think I can do it.
Okay, so how do I do this?
Oh, easy there.
This'll only take a moment. See?
Well, throwing my weapons through your will is a little unsettling. The spell isn't working. I think she's gone.
The incarnate is hidden away here. Stains bar the path.
How do I use the fusion outside
No time
of
to
that?
lose.
Still no ghostly spectral spiders hiding away in there, no?
Strange how I barely knew Ceridian, yet feel like I've lost someone deeply important.
Where are you, you wee witch?
Take this. Grace, dear child, though I pray this letter find you healthy and well, I confess that even should you give me your assurance on that count, I may well doubt them. I am no fool, my girl. I know something is amiss with you. I know your father is concerned. Far though it be for me to interfere in your familiar relations, it is important for a young woman about to make her way in the world to have help beyond the confines of her family. Enclosed with this letter, you shall find a key and a map. You will find the place I have marked it clear. Do not forget, you're not alone. I am on your side. You can also count on Catherine Newsmith. She is a trusted friend who would, if asked, help you organize your departure. In faith and service, your teacher, Mistress Deborah. Dun dun dun.
Why is there a letter from Deborah Comenius here?
And who's Grace? No way back
Probably
to
Seeker.
New Eden Town, and no Seeker either. Our only clue points to Kate Newsmith. Maybe she knows this Grace and where to find her.
She draws well.
Well, can we draw this to a close? We need to talk to Kate.
How can she find anything in this mess?
We're wasting time. Let's go.
She wants her body back.
Where have you gone?
Who are you looking for? I'll take that.
What news from the woods? Is anyone alive?
No news yet on that front.
Then I'll ask you to keep looking.
I'm trying to track someone down, and I was hoping you could help me.
I'm busy. Find them yourself.
I'm not asking you to do anything. I just need information. I may have some to share in return. So, I found your name in an old letter. It was addressed to someone by the name of Grace. It was written by Deborah Comenius.
You just can't leave a scab unpicked, can you? Especially if it's not your own.
Deborah wrote of a cabin in the woods. Could this Grace person have found it?
I don't know. It was all a very long time ago. I had forgotten her.
Did Grace ask you for help?
No. Grace Pennington vanished. No one ever saw her again.
Grace Pennington? As in Captain Saul Pennington?
I was thinking the same thing. Pennington had a daughter?
Pennington had a daughter, and you knew her.
I knew her, but not well. Deborah had her in the school and spoke of her from time to time. Shy as a porcupine and twice as prickly, as I recall.
Deborah wrote the letter in February 1688. When did Grace disappear?
Months later, Pennington accused Deborah of being a witch. In my recollection, that moment overshadows all others.
Oh, that makes it much worse. So Pennington was probably trying to protect his daughter, who he might have known was a witch, and accused Deborah.
What did Grace look like?
I remember her thin and boyish, encumbered by dresses she hated to wear.
That
Yeah, that's Seeker.
sounds like Seeker.
Does the name Seeker mean anything to you?
It sounds less a name than a calling, but neither mean anything to me. We done?
One more question. Did the school teacher keep a cabin in the woods?
Deborah spent much time walking the woods, trying to understand New Eden, she said. Now that you mention it, I remember a snowstorm. She spent 3 days in a hut not far from here. Southeast, across the drawbridge, along the path towards the mine. If it's still there.
Goodbye to you for now, Kate.
Ask Helen about Grace Pennington and find the cabin in the woods.
Just our luck that when we need Seeker the most, she disappears.
I
Just
still
like the
don't
Avatar.
understand why the ritual failed.
Let's just find the hut.
I'm gonna ask Helen. I have a question, Helen.
Good day.
What can you tell me about a young woman by the name of Grace?
It seems you already know some of the story. It was a long time ago, but I'll do my best to fill in the gaps.
What happened to her?
As I heard it told, one day Grace just wasn't there anymore.
How was their relationship?
I believe it was stormy, as you'd expect between a commander and his disobedient daughter. I do think he loved her, but as far as anyone ever saw, he never shed a single tear for her.
Later, after he exiled her, did the captain try to find his daughter?
Not to my knowledge. He did not set off in search of her, nor did he send men. At the time, I thought it strange. Still do. I'll never understand how a man could reject his only daughter. And that, my inquisitive Banisher friends, is all I know about the matter.
What would Pennington say in this situation? I could have made the choice for him to be here, but still.
Take care of yourself, Helen.
I will. No one else seems to want to.
Time to go find that cabin.
Symbols. The hut may be near.
So So it'll be this way.
I sense magic. Could Seeker be here?
Faded with age. Not to know what it was for.
Yeah, there has to be a reason why I haven't been over here before. Oh, you need to calm down.
Bastard!
I missed it. Am I even going the right way?
Try this on!
Nope. This is the wrong way. Okay, I guess let's explore this house. This isn't the house, I guess. Why are there so many spirits here?
This can't be a coincidence. Could Grace be Seeker?
I'm pretty sure.
Dusty. Seeker hasn't been here for a long time.
What is this music? I'm gonna put this down right here. See if there's anything around the house. Okay, so the front door is open.
Anyone home? Fine wardrobe for a youngster.
They're rags.
And they won't help us find her. Aye.
Scribbled handwriting. And the greatness of the shadow is found not only in magic, but also in the world beyond. Thanks to this as yet unsuspected power, the darkness becomes an ally, a protective arm that cradles and protects us, allowing a perfect illusion to the untrained eye. Darkness envelop me, protect my illusion from the light, fool the senses, blind my enemies, and allow me to live behind the curtain of an alternate reality. Annotation from Seeker. I'm almost successful. The ritual of dissimulation is not complete enough, but I must be able to perfect it in my own way. Not surprising coming from a demonology book. They have always been far too narrow-minded to broaden their vision. But with this base, I'll be able to create the perfect illusion spell. Maybe I should go to thank him. After all, he took a big risk in copying this ritual. Perhaps if our paths cross again, then I will thank my latest friend. Lamentation is probably about the same age.
More demonology. Unusual for a witch. These two schools of magic don't usually see eye to eye. Perhaps Lammy could help us with the spell.
Deborah knew about this place.
Focus on the matter at hand, Red.
I am.
She was probably helping her along the way. Deborah, I hope this letter will find you safe and healthy. I did find the hut, but I am not staying. I can at least be myself, studying all the thing I love. How can anyone be scared of magic? Isn't it a wonderful thing? I have found a safer place, hidden away, a place where I could learn safely and invisible to all. Thanks to you, I may finally live free, away from him and his need for control. He never acted the father, only a tyrant who called the shots and left no place for difference of opinion. He never tried to understand me. Now all of this belongs in the past, and a new life awaits me, a life where I no longer have to be his daughter. In a way, he and I can both be free. Thank you for your help. I hope to see you soon, your student.
Quite the fall from grace.
That's not funny, and neither is this.
Aye, fair enough.
I don't like the wordplay though.
Seeker drew this. Now we know she's in the mountains. There's a ritual of dissimulation, and we need the catalyst. Same circle as the one on the entrance. The circle powers the door, but I don't know the symbol. I don't know it, but I think Lammy might. We did well to come here. Now we know where she's hiding. Soon we'll be able to use the pond. All we need is the key to the dissimulation spell, and Lammy Haskell will help us with that.
Aye, sure.
Yep, it's all coming together now.
We need to make amends and think about speech.
We'll do side quests at a later time.
Well, ho there! What a pleasant surprise! I was fair and sure that I'd never see you again.
Where are you off to?
Far away, God willing.
You can't do that.
Build bridges, say the wise, that people may better understand each other. Build a jetty, say I, so that a ship may come and we can leave. New Eden is a fascinating study for you and I. But for ordinary folk, it is, as I've heard it put, a shite hole.
Leaving changes nothing. You just end up making the same mistake somewhere else.
We must always be open to the possibility that people may learn from their mistakes. Is that not right, Mr. McCraith?
Spoken like a leader.
I fear, however, that not everyone shall listen. I fear what shall befall them if they stay behind.
We found a page ripped from a book. Here, do you recognise it?
Let me see. Is this from the Trismegistus riddles? Yes, it seems to be. Why would you bring me one mildewed page from an amusing but harmless little book?
Why would you fail to disclose that you'd given another ritual to another friend?
It was a long time ago, I said after Caleb I'd distribute no more rituals, and that's what I've done. Not done.
We know. But we're looking for Grace Pennington now, and we were hoping you'd help us find her.
Who?
Really, boy?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mistress Antea. You said Grace's name, and it is my reflex to protect her.
Ever heard of someone named Seeker?
Seeker? No. Sounds like a title, like my true pursuer. This Seeker... Is she Grace? Is she alive? Do you know where she is?
We think she's Grace. We hope she's still alive. We're trying to find her.
We think she's hidden herself away behind your dissimulation spell.
Then you'll need to unravel it. Shouldn't be too difficult once you're armed with the salient facts.
When was the last time you saw Grace Pennington?
It had to be a few days after I brought her the cloaking ritual. When I returned to visit, the hut had disappeared. Which makes sense now that I think of it.
That's it? You never again tried to find your best friend, your only friend.
Well, you see, some weeks later
I am going to say that's kind of crazy, Antea. You didn't have to emphasize the only in that sentence.
first whispers of witchcraft started to fly about town. I kept my head down and Grace was better off out of it. I was right. And I'm glad she escaped. Strange to think of her again after so long.
How does the ritual work?
It creates illusions so effective that they deceive even the keenest eye. There are more effective cloaking spells, but the Trismegistus riddles do have a simple elegance.
The short version, please, ending with how we break it.
Yes, of course. To achieve that, all you need is the caster's full name and the symbol used to make fast the illusion.
Grace Pennington and a triangle pointing downwards.
Well then, now all you need is a simple counterspell from the same book and... Oh my.
What now?
I'm afraid I left my copy in the Araloo. In the void.
That's just great. Just great.
Yes, but in my defence, once you've retrieved the book, dispelling Grace's illusion will be like a walk in the park. Comparatively speaking.
Thank you for your help.
Could you tell Grace that I'm still her friend? I'd be glad to see her again.
Once we found her, we'll be glad to tell her.
Of course, he left the book in the void.
Okay, shite. Look, I couldn't talk about it.
Couldn't talk about what?
You accused me of pretending not to see that you're dead.
That's how I feel, Red. You have to accept it.
I couldn't face your death. I admit that. Your death left me desolate. I knew in my heart that it should have been me. Then you came back. I snatched at the chance to undo what had been done. I don't wish to deny your pain. I've just tried to deal with mine.
Wow. That's... I hadn't thought of it that way. Thank you for your honesty.
Where are all the distractions?
They brought more friends.
Does she get a power up every... Wait a minute. I ain't never seen that before.
Come on, Red.
rage of fandom. This kind of
I guess I've never let him catch me before. How deep do we have to go in?
This looks like
Oh, there it
Lami's
is.
stuff. Only more scattered.
Even with the void shifting, the book should be around here somewhere.
The Book of Riddles. Symbol downward, pointing triangle. This symbol means balance, simplicity, solidity. Not really used by the demonology school of magic, this symbol will be preferred to those witches, women who call themselves scientists. It is mainly used for illusions or any other spell that deceives the primary senses. To undo this kind of spell, focus on the origin of the spell and order the spell to be undone on behalf of the caster. Also, specify what the spell should undo and what meaning it should release from the spell.
Got it. That seemed a little too easy.
We have the symbol we need. Let's go back to the mountain and find her hiding place.
Do I know where this mountain is? Oh, that was
Did
creepy.
you hear that?
First things first, Red.
Why are you always on me?
There's more of them.
Crows incoming!
Yeah, this is the only part that I'm worried about. He's enjoying this a lot. It's not a bad thing. Not what I meant to do.
I have another in sight.
I think I knocked... No, I didn't. The crows are still there.
Move it!
Whoa! Move, Red. Hitchhike.
I'm right here, you know.
What was that laughing, though? Where am I? Okay. What am I doing? Oh, I'm using the lift.
This is it. Seeker is behind this wall.
I'm glad you saw that.
Let the veil of unknowing be lifted. Let us see through the eyes of Grace Pennington.
Ceridian?
You're surprisingly slow, even for a Banisher. You're late. Or early.
At last we find you.
Missed me that much, did you? You could have hurried. You always think you have more time, and suddenly you don't.
It wasn't in vain. We have come far and learned much.
I hope so. But don't think you have it all figured out. You're still Banishers, after all.
We are indeed. Grace.
So, you know.
Well, how did you expect us to break the spell?
You knew Deborah. Did you also know what happened to her?
I knew, but not until months after the fact. I was living alone in the woods when it happened. Deborah was Grace's teacher. She encouraged her to be herself, to become who I am now. They did not know one another, but without Deborah, I'd have never met Ceridian. And with Ceridian, my entire life changed. Deborah suffered terribly, and the fate she met was exactly the fate I fled. I accept it now. I accept it all. Ceridian has left a hollow, and I am called to fill it. I accept. I am ready for my role in this world. Are you ready for yours?
Lamy says hi, by the way.
The time has come for us to go back to New Eden and face the nightmare.
Yes. Balance must be restored. You must face your fate and end the curse.
Ceridian said the only way back was through the void. But the pond seems broken. We need your help.
Of course you do.
We're listening.
Remember Ceridian's words. If you were to defeat the nightmare, your hearts must be open to each other. No barriers. Your bond must be strong.
We've never been stronger.
This void breach is not like the others. This one leaks. This one sits at the rotten core of the entire region. You must leave whatever still burns in your hearts at the threshold. If you don't, the void will kill you.
Do you know where in New Eden Town the void shall lead us?
The trick is to focus on your happiest memories and let them take you there. At least that's how it's always worked for me.
We'll try.
And when at last you succeed, I too shall return to New Eden Town. I shall see you there.
We looked for you everywhere. Why did you leave the Maya marshes?
I needed time, silence, my own space.
Hidden away behind Lammy Haskell's dissimulation spell.
Oh, you know about that. It held a full 7 years. Isn't that impressive? This is the place where I embraced solitude. This is where I made it a strength.
Did Ceridian find you here?
Not physically. I dreamed of her. I dreamed of the Maya marshes. So, I went there. And I found the island.
Quite the thing. Meet your dream in person.
I suppose so. At the time, I was more focused on the fun I'd had getting to the island.
Also,
Our first dance. I admit I ran away. But we have danced many times since then. Old Mosshead, Ceridian and me.
and with that, we'll take our leave.
Bring peace to this troubled land and your troubled hearts, my friends. I know it's not easy to hear, especially when it's me saying it.
On the contrary.
Thank you, Seeker. We'll do our best.
It seems with that, we might need to do these haunting cases before going through that void.